The college football experience, Washington State Cougars 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome. Welcome to the college football experience, Washington State Coug 2025 edition. Yes, get out to the Coug too, right? Yeah, there we go. Get up to Pullman. I love Washington State football. I have a lot of reasons why I love Washington State football, and I'm honored to be able to talk Washington State football for 2025. As this is their final year in the Pac-2, as they jump to back to the Pac-12 next year. And I'm optimistic, man, about the future because I love this program. Historically, I have loved this program and good fans. They're just everything that's right with college football, with the exception of that Rolovich firing. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swing and Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I know that was a state thing. I think it was bigger than the university, but still, love me some Wazzu football. And shout out to the great Coach Rolo as well. A dawn of a new day. It's been a tough, bumpy couple years, but if anyone can do it, it is the Washington State Cougars. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience. We talk every single game of the entire season in college hoops, just like we do for college football. YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. Give it up for Farmer Stafford at Austin P with the Governors, at South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and at West Virginia with the Mountaineers. Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. What's up, man?
What is up, man? Yes, let the Jimmy Rogers era begin in Pullman. Let's go, Cougs.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, and shout out to the chat. We got people jumping in the chat from at work. Let's go. This is kind of to put it to college basketball terms, if you follow it closely. Kind of reminds me of Ben McCullum at Drake last year, who's now since gone on to Iowa. Hopefully Coach Rogers is in Pullman for more than 1 year. But there's a lot of similarities in what he did by bringing his whole roster from D2 up to D1, and a lot can be said as we'll get into it and show you. But in a way, you're kind of taking on South Dakota State with a different quarterback, and South Dakota State's been very, very, very successful over they probably should have jumped up to the FBS, I don't know, 10 years ago. But where are you at with the hire?
Love the hire. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. 27-3 in his 2 years. He worked his way up with the Jackrabbits. He played there. He was a linebacker in the mid 2000s, and then he was a GA. Then he was linebacker coach DC, and then finally got the call a couple years ago. They win a natty last year, 12-3. So coming in with a nice 27-3 record, that will not probably be sustained. He'll have a couple more losses than 3, I think, in his tenure in Pullman. But he was awesome with the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, and the Jackrabbits with John Stiegelmeier, which Rogers coached under, and I believe he might even played under. They have been pretty fire since like 2009. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, blue blood in the FCS ranks. So in a way, it's going to be. I think the hire is a great hire. Now, is it changing the identity of the team? So I'm sure they have been kind of air raid, run and shootish for
since Mike Leach.
Since Coach Leach. And that's what makes this one a little intriguing for this season, because sometimes when you overhaul, we're seeing Fresno do it with Matt Entz. These West Coast teams switching to the power approach, man. You wonder, we haven't seen that. So I don't even know what to compare it to. Like, I'm trying to think in my head of like, what can we compare that to, and how big should the learning curve be with that? But I think the guys, what's that?
San Diego State a little bit.
Well, San Diego State's kind of doing the opposite though. They were power.
Yeah.
And
true,
then, and then they went to, the veer and shoot. But I mean, I guess that did take a while to come out of it.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that's also different with this is it's almost entirely South Dakota State's roster.
Yeah.
So they've been playing power football. So it's a little different than taking your existing roster and then turning it into that. I don't know. It's fascinating though to me. The offense from a season ago, even though, so this is obviously a brand new staff. Danny Friend, is that Friend or Freund? Fruind. I don't know. He's the new OC. He inherits an offense that was pretty fire last year. 6th in the nation scoring offense, 16th in pass offense, 55th in rush offense, 17th in total offense. Obviously, well, first off, Washington State, one of the things they should be able to own is that they are, I think, a real quarterback I think you can make the argument more than any school in the country. I really do. You basically, they have like 45 years of quarterbacks being drafted. Whether it's, the throw in Samoan Jack Thompson, to Tim Rosenball, to Mark Rippon, who won a Super Bowl with the Washington Redskins, to the 90s with Drew Bledsoe, who obviously took the Pats to the Super Bowl. Very good quarterback, first pick of the draft. Ryan Leaf, Jason Gesser, and then into the 2000s when you had, Gardner Minshew and Luke Falk, and I'm forgetting some too. In the early 2000s, was that Gesser? Who was the guy in the late 90s? I don't know. But also recently, Luke Falk started for the Jets. Gardner Minshew started with a bunch of different teams, and then Mateer, who's now at Oklahoma. But Cam Ward, I thought it was pretty cheap at ACC Media Days when the ACC Jim Phillips is saying we had the first pick in the draft with Cam Ward, and then when
Incarnate Word and Wazzu.
Well, he spent way more time at Incarnate Word and Wazoo than he did at Miami. You basically rented him for a year, and Cristobal leaned into it too, and I just disagree. He's more Washington State and more Incarnate Word than he is Miami. I disagree with putting that on the thing too when he gets drafted. That's an ACC player. You played one fucking year in your league. As the same thing with when Alabama was saying, well, we had Jahmyr Gibbs. It's like, no, you didn't. You rented him for 1 year, right? That's a Georgia Tech running back for 3 years. And I just disagree with the way we do that. But Washington State, man, they have been pretty fucking awesome at quarterback over a 45-year stretch. And I think you sell that to recruits, and they might have another one upon us. Zevi Ekos, who got one start a year ago, but prior to that was a stud in the FCS. So he was at Washington State last year, and him and Mateer, that race was so close. A lot of people, including I think Phil Steele and stuff, had Ekos starting last year for Washington State. Whereas, he like him and Mateer was neck and neck, and they ended up going with Mateer. But does that give you an idea? Ekos got one start last year, and it was against Syracuse. 31 of 43, 363 yards, 72% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, and also 1 on the ground. So 4 touchdowns in total. the guy can play. I host an FCS show. I think he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the FCS. So South Dakota State did not bring Mark Gronowski because they have Eckhouse, and maybe Iowa offered more money. I don't know, but they're in a good spot to me. He's a good college quarterback. Besides that, they only bring back 3 starters and Josh Meredith at the wide receiver spot, and then 2 of 5 on the O line with Hilborn and Deo. They hit the portal, and here we go. Buckle up. Julian Duggar, a quarterback, comes in from Pitt, and Shepard, another quarterback for Rutgers. And then
here's all the Jackrabbits.
Yes, Kirby Voorhees from South Dakota State, running back, comes in. Angel Johnson, running back, South Dakota State. Maxwell Woods, South Dakota State, running back. Tight end Bo Baker, South Dakota State. Tight end Adamola Falaye from Michigan State comes in. Wide receiver Jeremiah Noga from Oregon State, playing both sides of the fence on the Pac-2. Then offensive tackle Sone Falaleo from Idaho, right down the road. They're on the schedule too. Offensive tackle Jalen Codwell from Grand Valley State. Offensive tackle Nick Backen from South Dakota State. Offensive lineman AJ Vapulu from New Mexico State. That's a lot of guys. What? That's like 5-6 guys from South Dakota State on that offense. Now, obviously, they loaded up on the running backs because normally when you go air raid, you don't have that many running backs on your roster. And the reason why they probably didn't attack the wideout position much is because you have so many wideouts on your roster. So, there's no way the offense will be top 20, right?
No. I mean, South Dakota State was a great offense last year. But like you said, it's Gronowski's now at Iowa. So yeah, it's a change at the quarterback position. Yes, Eckhouse was good in the bowl game. He was a productive 3-year starter at Bryan as well. But this will be a new system for him. So I think they will take a step back despite the continuity from all the Jackrabbits coming over to Pullman.
Yes. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Jesse Bobbitt, new DC, no relation to Lorena, as far as I know. I think that's an underrated story that doesn't get told enough. John Wayne Bobbitt got his dick cut off. Apparently he was a womanizer, but still a drunk womanizer. She threw his dick out of a moving car into a fucking field at like 2 a.m. Right? I mean,
this episode's good.
I mean, come on. Let's just talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being that cop getting the call to go find a dick in the forest?
Yeah.
I'm serious, because they needed to, like, once he woke up, they got him to the emergency room, and then they knew it was a vital organ. We got to find this guy's dick. Right. And then, they find out with her that she threw it in some field. So they're calling a team of cops at 3 a.m. to go find a dick in the middle of a forest. I'm sorry. Can you imagine coming home to the wife and kids? How was your night, honey?
My dick's in the forest.
Yeah. I'm talking about the cop. I'm talking about the cop being, honey, I've been searching for a dick all night. All right. Anyway, Jesse Bobbitt, no relation. He's back. I don't think there's any relation. Please inform me at the Colby D if so. Last year's scoring defense, 12th, not second. This is like the fucking SNL, the SNL bit. Threve. But passing defense, 124th. Rush defense, 96. Starting at the 119th total defense. That's Jake Dickert's specialty too.
I know.
Wake Forest saw that and goes, "That's the guy for the job." Now look, the defense. One thing about their approach with switching to a different style of football was, I mean, you might burn the clock a little bit more, but there are 0 returning starters. Jimmy Rogers. This is him from earlier this summer, talking about meeting with the team.
And you know what? I'm jacked about another opportunity. I'm like, let's go. Now, I met with the team. There is no team.
All right. Let's see what they did in the portal. Here we go again.
We're Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Fernando Lucona, defensive lineman, South Dakota State. Mike Sandho from SMU. Nice get there. Max Balloon from South Dakota State on the D line. Sony Finau from Cal Poly, the Mustangs. Caden Beatty from Kent State. Linebacker Carson Reynolds from South Dakota State. He's a beast. Linebacker Gavin Barthiel from Utah State. Linebacker Anthony Polano from South Dakota State. In the secondary. Oh, wait, did I fucking forget to add? Hang on 1 second.
You just want to throw Mike Leach in there.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here, but yeah, they basically got South Dakota State, man. They basically
totally South Dakota State. It's South Dakota State was good defensively, so I think that this unit will be improved. Unlike it, yeah, offense takes a step back, defense takes a step forward. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's like a FCS All-Star team a little bit here with how good South Dakota State's been at the FCS level the last couple of years. Kind of like what Eck is trying to do at New Mexico, but he didn't bring as many guys as Rogers brought over from his former team.
Well, to be fair, I mean, South Dakota State was much better than Idaho, even though Idaho was good. Look, this is the rest. Some of the guys: Buda Politi from linebacker from New Mexico State, Kai Rapola from Cal Poly, a couple of Cal Poly guys, a couple of SMU guys as well, AJ Davis, and then 4 guys in the secondary, or 3 guys in the secondary from South Dakota State, and Large, Durrance, and Frankel, as well as kicker Jack Stevens from South Dakota State and a punter from Washington. Disgusting, but. I think this is like the one of the more fascinating storylines in this year's college football season is I can tell you this, those South Dakota State teams were awesome defensively. So, the defense, I fully expect to jump up just because another thing is in the air raid, you have a lot of 3 and outs and you take like 10 seconds off the clock. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, that offense was pretty fire. So there wasn't that many three and outs last year, but it's still a lot of incompletions. You know, the clock, the benefit to being a rushing team is that you can kind of control the clock a little bit better, but that's what makes them quite fascinating. Gonna talk about all that, but before we go, we read an ad. I did want to show the people. I don't think I've ever shown anybody this. I had the chance. I think one of the coolest things that happened to us was kind of like our first step. Our first break in the industry. We've been doing this show for a while. Was one day I woke up with a message from Mike Leach. I had wrote an article because sportsgamblingpodcast.com. We write there's a bunch of written content that comes out too. And I had wrote a piece about the top 25 coaches in America. And I had Mike Leach praised pretty high, but I wake up with a message from honestly, it seemed like a burner account. It was like someone with 0 followers. Hey, I'm very fond of your writings. This is Coach Leach or no, Coach Leach is very fond of your writings. I think it said, and then it said, would you like to meet him? And then, or like to talk or something. Then we traded a phone call, but at first I thought someone was fucking with me. And then Mike Leach, basically flew us up to Pullman, and we got to hang out at Wazzu with one of the greatest offensive innovators or greatest coaches that's ever blessed college football. And I got a chance. I got to say, this is photos from my iPhone on his office, which I think is one of the more hilarious offices that I've ever seen in my life. And that's one thing about Coach Leach, man, is he never took himself too seriously. And that's one thing that I like. Sometimes you meet some of these coaches that take everything so fucking serious.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean, that was part of the genius of Mike Leach to me. But if you're seeing right now, youtube.com/the college experience, first off, he's got that pirate, obviously Swing Your Sword's a big motto of his. He has a book. He wrote it. Called Swing Your Sword. Check it out. That pirate was given to him by Bobby Knight when he was at Texas Tech. And one of my favorites is he just random shit in his offense, or I'm sorry, in his offense, in his office. This is John Wooden's pyramid of success. He has a Cougar football either coaching it or allowing it to happen. And a bunch of his former players' jerseys, up there with messages saying thank you to him and stuff for what the impact he's made on his life. And then come on, dude, the fucking Seinfeld George photo, but adjusted to put Mike Leach's face and headset on there. I mean, this office was gold, man. Absolutely gold. Look at this Picasso painting of Mike Leach. Oh man, obviously Picasso did not do that. Although maybe he did it ahead of time. That was in his office, and he's a big Bigfoot guy. That is Pick Dundee there with Bigfoot. Just incredible, hilarious stuff. But you also have like trophies and plaques of him being throughout his career being very successful, whether it was Texas Tech or whether it was Washington State or even back to his days at Valdosta State and Iowa Wesleyan. It was just a really cool experience, man. And I'm forever grateful to the university. This is me on the practice field here, or I'm sorry, at a practice that they're about to get out there and practice. I got to hang out with Steve Spurrier and Drew Bledsoe on the sidelines there as they were watching the practice. Just an awesome experience. And I'm forever grateful to Washington State and forever grateful to Mike Leach for just being cool as fuck. And that started our friendship over the next couple of years. And then, yeah. So I just wanted to share that Washington State forever, a great place in my mind, for giving us that opportunity. And shout out to Coach Leach. May he rest easy. We're going to talk about state of the program and state of the program, and then also go game by game on the schedule before we get out of here. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports: MLB, CFL, WNBA, golf, tennis, racing, horse racing, car racing, every type of racing. And of course, college football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm's power trends are now called smart signals. Rhythm continues to crush it with these smart signals. They just and college football is back on Rhythm as well. Last season, their predictive models posted a 21.47% ROI on non-conference spreads, also a 22.47% ROI on in-conference money lines. They killed it on the FCS totals as well. And then week 0 and week 1, Rhythm's house model went 16-4 ATS, 11.6 units gained, and a 52% ROI. So go to the app now and make your own model as the predictions are live. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. We are back. Yeah, man. Fucking great shit. Bigfoot. We got Bigfoot. And
Spurrier there.
His son was on Mike Leach's staff.
Okay. I was wondering. I was like,
yeah.
Why would Spurrier be out in Pullman?
Yeah, dude, I was not expecting it too. There was also Jason Hanson, the kicker from the Detroit Lions. Jack Thompson was there too. I didn't actually meet Jack Thompson, but I met some of the other guys. Yeah, it was just a slew of guys because that program's rich, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's one of the greater tragedies that's happened in college sports, and that's why I'm hoping they can persevere. And them and Oregon State end up on the good side of things because, man, they didn't deserve what happened to them. This is their weight room, by the way, that overlooks over the field, the stadium. So, and that's a shot from the game that I was at, by the way. Martin Stadium, Mac. What is great about this stadium? Well, first off, state of the program is also not only fan base, but also stadium. And Martin Stadium is 53 years young. It's an interesting story with Martin Stadium because they built this thing. So the field is older than this. So Rogers Stadium used to be there. It was a wooden stadium, and some maniac lit it on fire and burnt that shit down back in the day. So that it's cool in a way because they're playing on the same exact field that they've been playing on since 1892. But in 1970, somebody burnt that shit down. I don't know that they ever caught the person. Anyone know that story if they caught the person?
Just lights it on fire and fucking gets away with it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
So Martin Stadium then was built a couple. They played at Albee Stadium, I think Joe Albee Stadium in Spokane for a couple of years while they were building Martin Stadium. But here is Martin Stadium, man. And if you get a chance to go, a lot of people knock how hard it is to get to Pullman, which I can understand. You got to fly into Spokane and then you drive like an hour and a half or something. And it's right by the Idaho state line, but it is fucking awesome in my opinion. Can't recommend it enough. I think it's beautiful there. You're basically like 5 minutes from Idaho. You hear all these people raving about how great Idaho is. Man, get up to Pullman, Washington, because it is incredible as well too. Martin Stadium. I love this place, man. What do you give this thing 1 to 10, man? I'm giving this a 9.
I was going to give it an 8. Seats 32 and change. I remember when they had game day there. When I think
they stormed
last year. Yeah,
they stormed with Minshew and the mustache.
Who did they beat again? Was it Washington?
USC. No, that was USC.
It was USC. But yeah, I remember that was one of the more electric college game day atmospheres, and it kind of just makes you think.
There
like
it is. There it is.
Yeah, how they got left behind with this passionate fan base, which and some of these other teams like Maryland and Rutgers and Vandy get a seat in Northwestern get a seat at the big table, but Washington State and Oregon State don't. But I digress. Great stadium. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Great fans.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense that happened to them because this is a program that has been to a shit ton of bowl games.
They've been good. They've been good forever.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can go back with Jim Walden in the 70s and Warren Powers and Jim Sweeney and stuff like this, and then Mike Price had it rolling. Dennis Erickson 9-3 season 88. Double-digit win seasons in the 90s, in the 2000s. Really just hit some rough seasons with Paul Wolf for a little bit, but then after that, Leach got it going again. Went to went to 6 bowl games in 7 years.
They were entertaining.
And what sucks too, man, is they got this thing ripped out from them. While if they had that system, if they had the 12-team playoff system under Mike Leach, they would have been in the playoffs, and they could have potentially been hosting a playoff game the year with Minshew. So if life isn't about timing, I don't know what it is. But man, the stadium is fire. Get out to a game there. That's the thing I think that with the irony here is like within the Pac-12, I think Oregon State and Washington State are 2 of the better fan bases. You know what I mean? Like
my point. Like it doesn't make any sense the way it went down, but oh well.
What it really is just small towns. It's just, okay, this is a small town. They don't, like you said, it only seats 30,000, but that's because if you go to Pullman, it's like 3 blocks. You know what I mean? It's not a big city. So
yeah,
there is comparisons. Like when I've been to Boone, North Carolina, right, for App State, and it's similar. Like the size of the city is similar to me. I don't know about population. Maybe Pullman's got a bigger population, but the downtowns remind me of each other. Hey, shout out to Max in the chat giving us $100.
Hey,
I appreciate that, Max. A Longhorn fan too.
$99 to get the horns up.
Really sticking it to us, man. Let's go, Horn. Take a screenshot of that, right? Thank you, Max.
$99 gets you a hookup.
That's really nice, man. And we've talked shit about Texas, a lot. So I appreciate the thick skin, brother.
For another 100, I may pick you against Ohio State. Just kidding.
I love the comment too. A little something to help you push through and finish strong. Your passion is unmatched, and every episode is a love letter to college football filled with comedic poetry. Keep talking your shit. Thank you, man. That's very nice of you, and I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, as I was saying, they got hosed, man. They have great fans and they deserve good things. It's Blacksburg, Virginia, another one. Like that's off the beaten path.
Yeah.
How does I think Virginia Tech should be invited to the party, but I see similarities. You know what I mean? Like if you go to the downtown Blacksburg, it's not a million skyscrapers. You know what I mean? Like it's just, 12 bars. You know what I mean? At a pizza joint.
Morgantown. Morgantown's grown a lot, but it's still like Pullman and Corvallis aren't that much different than the Morgantowns or the Lubbocks and Ames, Iowa. I mean, there's not a ton in Ames either. And
Starkville, Mississippi. Come on, man. Like you could go on and on about this. Like, maybe there's more people there because it's southern, so the temperature it's kinder. But there's old Rogers Field. That shit burnt down. Get out to a game though, folks, because Washington State's going to persevere. I don't care who you are, too. If you're not even a Washington State alum and you're just thinking for games, like I think they need it more. If you have a bunch of money and you're thinking about what college football games to go to, first off, you can pull out. It's easy to pull off a 2-for-1 with Idaho there in the FCS that plays. They do play in a dome, but it's probably the coolest dome in the world. But you can that's within like 5 minutes. You can knock off both right there. Or you could hit a Gonzaga basketball game if you go at the right time of year. So anyway, great fans. Shout out to Pullman. People get out to Pullman, Martin Stadium. Now let's break down the state of the program because this is a big question mark, I think. They have stability. They have a new Pac-12 coming. I know it isn't as good as the old Pac-12, but there's still a little bit of stability in knowing that you're going to have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually think they upgraded at head coach. So,
you went 27-3. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so I think you actually upgraded at head coach. I don't know that it will show itself this year because of the overhaul, but it's possible. I'm going to give it a 6 of 10. How about you?
I think 6 is fair. Like you said, I think I may go 5 just because it's still so much unknown and it's a new regime. But yeah, I'll go 5. I think they are trending in the right direction. If they had missed on this hire, I'd be like 3 or 4. But I like the hire.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just coughing over here, dying. Let's talk about the schedule. Week 1, the Battle of the Palouse. I love this game on the schedule.
Yeah,
look, this by the way,
one, and here they are playing.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's great about this schedule is I almost want to sneeze. Is this game because unfortunately they're kind of like an independent. So anything they can get regional, this and the Apple Cup. Thankfully Jason Eck left Idaho, which will make Washington State 1-0 because if Eck was there, this would be a game. 1-0. What are you doing here?
1-0 for our Cougs. Let's go.
Then week 2, Sean Lewis and these Aztecs come up to Pullman. We already did our San Diego State preview and we took Washington State. So 2-0.
2-0 for me too.
Yeah. Then a trip to Denton, Texas. And we're talking North Texas in the next 24 hours, by the way, with Eric Morris Agency as head coach there. Oh boy.
This is a fascinating game. This is a coin flip.
Never played before.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Random ass game.
Give me North Texas.
I'm taking North Texas because Wazzu's got Washington on deck, the Apple Cup.
That was my logic too. The Apple Cup, which should be the final game of the season. Fuck you, Big Ten, and fuck you, Washington. All right, this should be the final game of the college football season every year, like it was for 100 damn years. All right. Now I'm glad it's still on the schedule, and I'm glad Washington is 0-1 since they joined the Big Ten. Please, Mac.
Do it again. Do it again. Doing Wazzu.
Please do it.
Up their ass.
This is a top 5. Like what, Dundee? What's 5 wins you want this season? This and Oregon State to beat Oregon, but I think this is much more likely than Oregon State beating Oregon because it's in Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
But they won in Seattle last year, but it wasn't at Husky Stadium. It was at the Seahawks Lumen Field or whatever. Fuck it, let's go. I think I might have took Washington on the Washington preview, but fuck it.
You did. I took Wazzu, and the Washington fans did not like it. I'm sticking with it. Give me the Cougs in the upset. They storm the shit out of this field.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Sold. All right. 3-1. Let's go. And get this, next year, that's week 1. That's what I'm saying. Like, gosh.
Hey, they already announced this too. This is the 7:30 CBS primetime game.
Oh, Pullman's gonna be on fire for that one.
They're gonna.
They might burn down. They might burn down that stadium like they did Rogers Field. Afterwards, a trip to Fort Collins to take on Colorado State. Here's my thing. Jimmy Rogers and Washington State beat the shit out of Colorado State in Fort Collins, but it was under the previous coach, Adazio.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it was like 35-7 or something like that. Yeah. If you win the Apple Cup and you're partying all week, everyone's going to the Cougs. Shout out to the Cougs. Shout out to Wazzu 15. Bring power football back to the Palouse. I agree, man. Shout out to Daquan the Great. Yeah, I'll join you on a loss. 3-2.
I don't care who they were going to play. If they were playing Kent State, I might have picked Kent State coming off the Washington win. So yeah, give me Colorado State. That's a tough road trip too, going to Fort Collins.
Yeah. Shout out to Dom in the chat. It says Dundee, is ECU going to beat the Pussy Pack 100%? Those clowns.
Shit, that's less than 2 weeks away, man.
Oh yeah. That's a money line play right there. Take the points to back yourself up. But yeah, let's go. Then bye week. Shout out to Chris Peterson and Mike Leach right there. And shout out to all the great coaches that have come through Pullman. I mentioned Dennis Erickson earlier and Mike Price. Also, James Franklin got a start there in Washington State. A slew of other great coaches as well. Come out of the bye week and you head to Oxford, Mississippi. What? This is tough when you got to do like an independent schedule pretty much. This is a loss. 3-3.
Yeah,
please win this game. Please win this game.
I will say Lane does have a history of dropping these random games, and Lane's over there trolling Auburn on Twitter every other day.
Please win this game.
Have you seen Lane lately? Because they said Auburn's like has a different play caller on each down, and it like they did first, second, third down, and Lane tweets at him, "Who's calling plays on fourth down?" He loves trolling Hugh Freeze. So
it is funny. He's great with the internet, man. You come off the game to Oxford, so we got him. I think 3 back-to-back away to Charlottesville, Virginia.
What the fuck is he? Are they staying out on the road? Or they got to come all the way back to Pullman to go to Charlottesville?
That does seem brutal. Because there's no airport. What are you flying into Dulles and then driving down?
Yeah, probably. I think they have a private airport in Charlottesville, but I don't know if Wazzu's private.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm going to say this is a loss. It's just a lot of mileage, man.
It's brutal. I mean, coming from third straight road game, I know they got the bye, but they're coming off Ole Miss. 3-4 for me. Another loss.
3-4, but then they get to host the Toledo Rockets. Shout out to Dan Savage in the chat. Toledo's October 25th. It will be mighty cold in Pullman. I know Toledo is used to the cold as well, but it's a dry air. It's a dry cold. Wazzu gets this one. What is it? 4-4.
Yeah, I was just looking real quick. They're off of Kent. I'll go Wazzu bounces back at home. Win number 4.
Yeah, Clinton Moses saying the Virginia game's the Tony Bennett game. I like that.
Yeah, it is the Tony Bennett game.
You come out of that and you head to Corvallis. Great home environment for the Pac-2 championship on the line here. I will take Oregon State to win in Corvallis, 4-5.
Yeah, I took Oregon State on the Oregon State preview, 4-5 for me as well.
Then you get another bye week. Look at Bledsoe there. And this is where I tell you, folks, before we come out of the second bye week, that we're brought to you by Circa Survivor and Circa Millions. Yes. Look, the world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the biggest pro football contest, Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Gradissimo, with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true G-Gen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Come hang out with SGPN at Circa Contest Weekend, August 21st to August 23rd. Myself, Moneyline Mac, the College Football Experience, will be doing live shows from the Circa regarding Week 0 college football. We'll cover every game, FCS and FBS, with deep analysis. So what are you doing? Live shows, open bars, plus you get 15% off your stay at Circa with the promo code SGP15. You're welcome. And the contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use that promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million of first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So hop on over to Underdog Fantasy, sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. There, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back, and there are 3 games left on the schedule, random as they may be. La Tech, Sonny Cumbie, Mike Leach, former quarterback, coming up to Martin Stadium, and I have them losing. So I have Washington State. What? 1, 2. How many wins?
5 wins.
Yeah, Idaho, San Diego State, Washington, Toledo. Yep, you're right. 5.
Yeah.
So what are we? 5-5 right now. 5-5.
How random is this game? Like both of these.
This one's even more random, I feel like. But a trip to Harrisonburg to take on JMU. We're getting like South Dakota State, JMU, FCS gold. I have JMU winning this though. These trips that are far as shit.
This game is.
I don't care who you are. It's the reason why Washington State, like, you realize when they were in the Power 5, no one ever played. Wisconsin did it last year, right? They got their ass whooped by Washington State in Pullman. That hadn't happened. A Power 5 hadn't gone to Pullman out of conference since the 90s with Illinois, and Illinois got their ass whooped. Anytime you're going that far across country, I don't care if it's fucking Alabama. To me, they're playing. Look what happened when they went to Hawaii. They lost to Hawaii on the island. I got this as a loss, man. 5-6. You?
How can you pick them in this game? Like, they're not winning in Harrisonburg. I remember when we did the JMU preview, I had to check my eyes. I was like, does that say Washington State in November 22nd? Yeah, JMU rolls 5-6.
5-6, and then it's hard to beat a team twice. Oregon State coming to Martin Stadium, and I will take Washington State to get revenge. 6-6, we're bowling, and we will go 7-6. Win the the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl or some shit like that. The Gin and Juice Bowl, whatever they're calling it. What are you doing here?
The spot does favor Oregon State because they're off a bye week. They have both their byes before the Pac-2 championship games. Compared to Wazzu, who's got to come from JMU, but I'll pick with my heart here. Give me Wazzu to get back to a bowl.
It's hard to beat a team twice, man.
Yeah, in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
This is like the AFC West over here. Let's play a home and home here 2 times in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, so 6-6 is what we got them at. The win total sitting at 5.5. They're plus 5,000 to make the college football playoffs. So we are both on the over, and we gave them a win against Washington. But at the same time, best case scenario in my mind, Best case scenario is they could open up 5-0. I don't think it's that far fetched to think they could open up 5-0.
Yeah.
Then you lose to Ole Miss. Virginia, I mean, could they beat Virginia? Sure. It's just a far trip. Best case scenario to me is 9-3. Meaning they get one of the Oregon States, La Tech, Toledo, Virginia, and then start out 5-0.
Yeah, probably, and that's pretty generous. Best case might be 8-4. This schedule's hard.
It's just a lot of travel.
Yeah, I mean the under is probably the play, to be honest, but we picked with our heart in that Washington game, the Apple Cup.
But they could also, I have no idea about North Texas and Colorado State. Like Washington State.
We could get one of those too. You're right. Those are classic games.
It's going to be fascinating to watch though, because we're basically getting a very good FCS.
Yeah.
To take on a bunch of different, quality teams. So I'm on the over, you're on the over, but not locking any of this up. Pat Mooley in the chat. Yeah, I'm on the Argos tonight in the CFL, but I had such a bad beat last night that I'm going to vomit. I'm still vomiting. I have a barf bucket right next to me right now. Like I still can't believe I didn't win money last night. 14-point lead with 2 minutes left, laying 3.5, and I lost by the hook somehow. So 17 points were scored in the final 2 minutes. Folks, I put together a nice slideshow on the history of Washington State football on the way out. We will be back tonight with the Georgia Bulldogs and the Vanderbilt Commodores preview. So yeah, and we have North Texas scheduled for sometime in the next 24 hours as well. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter, Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter, the Colby D. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Come out to Vegas week 0. We'll be there. And YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget our Nixon tapes. I have interviews with coaches, players, conference commissioners, all on iTunes and Spotify because we didn't have video. So get out there, listen to those things, subscribe, and please give us 5 stars already. And shout out to Max again for the $100 donation there. Really appreciate it. Till next time, folks. This is the College Football Experience, Wazzu style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1 7 messages. 1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks, largely because leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my 2 ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged and bored stiff. So arrange the pieces to appear cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles tape. Shake the cobweb and hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still I run the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team and the turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast for me. I fear none, cause as I run and ignore the pain of feet by the tree that are fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the head. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded just cause it's easy goal and moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, and nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, and nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, and nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query. Just the words of the wise and the weary. Recognize the authors of reality and theory. Theoretically, I could have won Scribble Jam. In reality, I lost to a legend. Theoretically, I'm best friends with Uncle Sam. In reality, I've never even met him. Now, one day my potential may become reputation. Until then, I'm still a work in progress. I suggest you question what I'm saying. If anything, to become familiar with the process. My agenda may suit your needs. When I say your Bill of Rights has been ripped to shreds, but if it defends what you believe, hold dear to your truths and scream fuck seeds. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, and nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to